Hello, beautiful souls. I tried this once, but I was distracted, so I'm going to do this now. So hopefully you are here, present, just breathe. The theme is just breathe, just breathe, just breathe, rest, be still, all of the stuff. So this is day 27 of FreQSpeak, day 27 of 111 of sharing my messy, real, raw, authentic self, my frequency and energy with you, beautiful souls. And here you get me in my glory, in my beautiful sacred space, Christmas tree, my plants. Source is joining us today with beautiful light codes as well. And yeah, it's been a good day. Rest, recovery, integration. So I just finished, and before my significant partner called, I finished my light language for integration. So once I post that, if you are following along, that will be up here shortly. So this is day 7 for integration. This one came across more for like your nervous system and to help with you integrate everything that you've been receiving and are continuing to receive. So again, the videos are timeless and you're going to receive something different every time you listen to them, or watch them, or both, however you choose to. So a lot of numbers today, a little bit of journaling I want to share. I'm going to probably pull some oracle cards. I already finished my tea because, like I said, I planned on doing this video a while ago, but what was more important was speaking to my partner, who is 5,000 miles away in Sierra Leone, Africa, and has been most of this year. And so I finished that, but I always want to share the yogi tea, and it says, use your heart to live with use your head to live through your heart, with your heart, live with your heart, through your heart. All right, so remember, this is our quantum compass. We want to lead with our heart. We want to have that mind, that heart coherence, that mind-heart coherence, with the sacred heart coming online, opening up, cleansing, and clearing. So you might be experiencing some things in the heart space as well. But the other thing that I thought was really funny in the Divinely Aligned Collective is I've been drinking yogi tea for years. And I actually started drinking them, doing these videos with you, beautiful souls, reading the little quotes here, which seem to correlate with the information. So source kind of just gives us the information that we need, that I've been listening to or hearing, or that I share with you, beautiful souls. So I thought that was pretty funny that somebody brought that up this morning in the live collective today that we all participated in. And I'm like, oh my gosh. You know, and the same thing with the Care Bear stare. We talked about that. And I said, I've been doing that for this whole year. Like when I meditate and I want to send out love and light or healing energy, I'll just imagine that I'm doing the Care Bear stare. So I thought that was pretty fascinating. But again, that just tells you that you're in alignment with certain individuals, right? So that's just another sign in synchronicity, like a key code, all of this stuff. So I already drank my tea. It's empty. So hung out with him, as we do. Are able to at this present moment. But I was guided to share some information that came through this morning, either that I picked up in, you know, in the Divinely Aligned Collective during the live numbers, and then just maybe some bits that were coming through. I'm really guided to share what happened with the coherence of my partner and I's, like our team is really having fun. I've mentioned this before, that they will present him with more signs and synchronicities in showing that there's an alignment, but sharing them with me, letting me know that he's paying his attention. He's becoming more aware of these things, whether it's something we're speaking about or he's seeing certain numbers or certain things happening. Okay, so there's no coincidence. Remember, everything is divinely orchestrated and aligned, and the key codes, the signs, the synchronicities, they're there to get your attention, to wake you up, to activate you, just to maybe say, oh, maybe that's not so crazy after all. Just that kind of stuff. So a lot of numbers came through, 7s for sure, during the live feed. The 707, 777, 17s, 1111, it came through, 33. I actually had 33% battery, so hopefully we can get through this. I usually don't let my phone get that low. 72, so like the 7s, 1212, again, we got the 1212 portal. We are in the 1212 portal. Currently, it has opened, so we're in that, and then the potency of that will be towards the end of the day. So again, as always, welcome. My name is Tanya, and I'm here just sharing what I'm called to share from the last time we spoke, whenever that was, yesterday. So first thing this morning, like I said, I got up I'll go back to my dreams before I go to that. Thank you. Because I'm always kind of squirreling around. I call it rambling, but squirreling around. So if it's all over the place, that's just the way it's supposed to be. Messy and magical and epic in all of its ways, right? All right, and a little spritz. That's fun too. This is cinnamon. Hopefully it doesn't make me sneeze. Clove, which it usually does, which is good antibacterial, antimicrobial, and antifungal. So it's really good during this time of year to work with those plant medicines. So a couple things happened. I won't go into details greatly, but I did wake up around that 3 or 4 o'clock time. I thought I looked at my clock, but I forgot the time. And again, I didn't note it because I just thought I was going to note it. And sometimes this is where it's really important to journal. Even though when you think you're going to remember it, you start to lose it. But if you put it in your phone and you dictate a message or a note, it'll recall a lot faster. So I've been a little lazy on that. And yes, I am recalling it, but not to the degree I would be able to recall it if I had put it in my notes or dictated it. So I did wake up, I think around that between 3 and 4 o'clock, where I had like something heavy on my chest. I felt like pressure, like almost a panicky feeling. Maybe this is, me sharing this is also going to resonate with some of you out there. If you're experiencing this heart expansion, this detox of the heart chakra, your sacred heart coming online more and more and more. And I recognized it, and I couldn't really take a deep breath because I woke up with this heaviness on my chest, almost like if I've only had like one ever panic attack that I'm aware of, and it felt like that. Anxiety and panic. It didn't have heart palpitations. It just felt heavy, and it felt really hard to take a full deep breath into my space here. And I recognized this was not mine, right? I was sensing other energy. So I just breathed and just surrendered and asked for Source to help this move along as I do typically. I don't get overly like worried or concerned or panicky about it. But again, I noted that mentally. I should have noted it here, and then fell back asleep and had a dream. And I'm going to share this. My significant partner's mother, she's 100, beautiful human. She's got a pacemaker, and he was telling me some stuff, and so there was this correlation that I was probably picking up on her energy a bit in the heart space. There were some concerns that she was having about her pacemaker, which is valid, and I was picking up on that energy. But the interesting thing was when I fell back asleep, I actually fell back asleep, and her and I were in a dream together. We were in, he calls a snippet, I call it a dream scene, so it's like a snippet. So it wasn't like a big dream sequence, it was like just a snippet, an activity. So I thought that was fascinating, but I didn't realize that until him and I had that conversation this morning, that this is what's going on. I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. Well, I was feeling her energy in the heart space and her concern. And then she presented in my dream. We were together in a dream state, a dream scene, a dream snippet. So it's just making those connections. And then him and I talking, and he's like, oh, okay, that. And then having that conversation with me, being open and sharing that, he's like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because he knows how intuitive I am on that and sensitive to energies. Even though the ego mind wants to try to figure that out, it's not going to. And he also shared an experience, a dream snippet that he had from a friend of his from years ago, that they shared a dream state last night, and he realized it was her birthday. I'm like, well, she came to hang out with you to remind you to remember her during her birthday. So that's how the dreams are really working. They're becoming very vivid, a lot of signs, synchronicities, and information, coded information. So like for me to have my experience, him for me to tell me what was going on, because I didn't know, and then for me to share, and now we're like, oh, that makes sense, right? So sometimes when it seems confusing and nonsensical, it actually ends up unfolding and making complete sense. All right, complete sense to your soul, maybe not so much to your ego or your mind. So a lot of numbers coming through. The 1009 equals 10, 1010 showed up. The lotus flower energy, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. The 717, 1017, 77, 737, 1037. So if you are sick of hearing sevens, now you're going to see all the sevens, right? All right. So after I woke up, I was in bed 12 hours. So I meditated. I think I listened to some light language before bed. And then I was in bed and had less waking time, which was nice, in the middle of the night. And then I woke up early, but then I decided to meditate. My meditation actually, I picked a meditation and then it rolled into another meditation. And so I dropped deeper. I didn't plan on doing 2 meditations. One I think was 40 minutes and the next one was 50 minutes. The same people were doing the meditation. But like I said, if 1022, thank you, source, on the timer. So when I rolled into the second one, then I was like, I dropped even further into my meditation. So I knew that I needed that activation and that meditation, both of them. Even though I didn't plan on it, my soul had planned on it. So I just kind of went with it and just fell deeper into the meditation and received what I was meant to receive in that now present moment. And so then I woke up. It was after 8 o'clock and I went to bed around 8 o'clock. So I was literally in bed like 12 hours. That's not new. And it's funny when Courtney says she sleeps less. So like, you know, don't look at that bad. If you need less sleep, you know, like Courtney talks about, honor that. If you need 12 hours of sleep, honor that. And it's like an inside joke right now at this point, because I've been needing 10 to 12 hours of sleep for a few years now, for sure. Like if I get less than 10 hours or 8 hours, sometimes I feel like I don't get enough sleep. So some of us are needing more sleep right now, and some of us are needing less sleep. So honor that. Don't try to figure it out in the why. And you might be waking up in the middle of the night and needing to journal and maybe needing to meditate, but then going back to sleep. So your sleep patterns might be a little wonky and different. Honor that, and just sit with that and say, hey, what do we need to do right now? Do we need to journal? Do we need to breathe? Do we need to meditate? Do we need to try to go back to sleep? Do we need to get up? Do we need to do something? So honor that, okay? And if you're needing more, honor that. Give yourself space for it. You're probably going to see, I've been seeing a lot of birdies, shadows coming through source codes here. So we got source codes here. We've got elementals here. So just breathe in everything that my frequency and energy is offering you today for me, and as well as the elementals in my space, earth, air, wind, fire, water, you know, ether, all of it. Source codes coming in, streaming in. Okay, free of charge, right? It's free charge. All right, so when I got up to getting to the coffee, I was getting up to make some coffee and have some watermelon, because I've been able to get watermelon. And so I was listening to one of my normal channel messages that I normally am called to listen to. And somewhere in there it said, life's a dance. Like, so somewhere, like I said, sometimes it's just a word that can activate you. It can be a picture. It can be something that all of a sudden when the channel message said life's a dance and whatever else was said, all I heard was life was a dance. And now it's like, hit that download and go listen to Life's a Dance by John Michael Montgomery. So you're welcome, collective. Go listen to Life's a Dance, learn as you go. It's one foot in front of the other. You just kind of learning as you go. So listen to Life's a Dance, Learn as You Go by John Michael Montgomery, and see how that activates and triggers you, because instantly I started sobbing. Sobbing. So see how that works? Like, I'm listening to a channel message. There's a key code in there. I went to listen and honored that. If I didn't, I would have written it down and maybe addressed it later, but I was guided to listen to it instantly before I even finished listening to the channel message. Listen to the song, activated, helped release and cleanse. Okay? So that's why it's very important to, if you're able to pay your attention and pick up these key codes and signs and synchronicities, because here's another thing. When I say, here's my handy dandy glasses, and I mentioned the first thing that goes to my mind is Blue's Clues. Well, I was listening to a tarot reading, and all of a sudden she mentioned Blue's Clues as a sign and synchronicity. And I was like, I've been saying that now since I've been doing these videos. You know, whether I verbally say it or in my mind I'm saying it. And now she's given me the key code, sign and synchronicity, to say, yes, some of this message or all of this message is for you. So do you see how that unfolds and that unwraps very slowly, or that puzzle piece gets put in there? All right. So if you don't, maybe go check that. Maybe need to go hear that song. So I'm going to just read through some things that, like quotes or pictures or just little snippets, that I'm guided to share. So be tender with yourself as you unlearn the old survival patterns. So be tender with yourself as you unlearn the old survival patterns that had taught you to disappear. You are safe to be your true voice. You're safe to return to your true voice. So I'm going to read that one more time. Again, I highly recommend jotting this down. 1441 and then 1444 on the clock, the timer. Be tender with yourself as you unlearn the old survival patterns that have taught you to disappear. You are safe to be your true voice. Return to your true voice. Okay? Hug yourself. This one came from Courtney and Zero. Hug yourself and say, I am limitless love and light. I am limitless love and light. I am limitless love and light. So I have nobody to hug, so I'd hug myself a lot more. A peaceful mind is a calm mind. A peaceful mind is a calm mind. All right.